What's up, my Majin Buu crew? It's your boy, King Majin, coming back at you guys with another video. And today, it will be, what is Deku at Ainz's powers? I know you guys have been requesting this for a while now, and I finally got it out, so yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Note this, next videos coming out will be, what if Deku was a werewolf, and possibly, I say possibly, what if Deku had the Troll Hunter's amulet? So what if Deku had Troll Hunter's powers? So yeah. So without further ado, let's get into what if Deku had Ainz's powers, part 4. Now let's begin. We will last leave off with Albedo and Momo arguing over who gets to be with Deku. Momo will be yelling, saying, "He chose me, not you, old lady." And Albedo would say, "Who are you calling old, little girl?" And afterwards, the Pleiades maids will be holding them back, saying, "Calm down, you two. This is ridiculous." Afterwards, Shelter Bloodfallen will then come in, saying, "Yes, you two, calm down. If anyone here will be with Lord Ainz, it will be me." And, Albedo would then say, "Why would you want a walking cadaver?" And Momo would say, "Yeah." And she would then look at them, saying, "What did you just say?" Afterwards, the other two maids will have to hold her back from attacking them. In the other room, Deku would be finishing up some stuff that he has, yeah. He would then say, "I have to go meet with All Might soon." And talk to him, afterwards Nezu as well. So yeah. I wonder how Momo and Albedo are getting along. I should go check on them. He would then teleport to the room they're all in. He would then say, "How's everyone?" Then he would then look at all of them just screaming at one another, and the maids just holding them back, telling them to calm down. Deku would then yell at them, saying, "What's going on here?" And they would say, "They just started fighting for some reason." The maids would say that. And Lupus Regina would say, "Some reason they're fighting over him." And Deku would facepalm, saying, "Let them go. I need to speak with them." The maids would then let them go, leaving. Afterwards, he would then come up to the three of them asking what happened, and all three of them would start talking. And Deku would say, "Quiet." And he would then say, "Momo, what happened?" And Momo would say, "She's trying to steal you away from me, and she says I can't be with you because I'm too young or whatever." And sorry guys, Deku would say, "Albedo," and Albedo would say, "You would have never picked her if I were around earlier." And he would then look at Shelter, saying, "They called me a walking cadaver." And Deku would say, "Oh my god, I can't deal with this right now. You three sell this, hang out with one another, get along, because I cannot deal with any shouting women in my life right now." And they would say, "What did you just say?" And Deku would say, "Get along, I have a meeting to attend, so bye." Sorry. Afterwards, they will all just be looking at each other like, and Shelter and Albedo would say, "Guess we have to." And Momo would say, "I guess we do." Afterwards, Momo and Albedo would get changed, and they would start walking down the street, getting glares because people know that these two are top-ranked heroes, and they're not too bad in their eyes. Momo would then ask Shelter, "Do you have any other clothes?" And she would say, "No, not really." If you guys are hearing any background noise, I'm sorry, my family's here, and this is the first time I've had a chance to record, so yeah. But whatever. Momo would then say, "Let's go to the mall." They would all head to the mall, and Momo would ask, "Do you guys have any money?" And they would both hold out limitless credit cards. Well, yeah. And she would say, "Where'd you guys get those?" And they would say, "Master gave them to us." And Momo would say, "He hasn't given me a credit card yet." And she would then get a mischievous smirk on her face. And she would say, "Let's get you guys some clothes. Money's no object." And they would say, "Okay." Afterwards, they will all get dressed into pretty decent clothes and buy a lot of clothes. Albedo would say, "Won't Master be mad that we spent so much money?" And Momo would say, "He won't be mad at all. He wanted us to get along, and this will help." And Chelsea would say, I love this dress. Afterwards, they would go to the amusement park and just have a great time. Albedo Shoutier would be winning every carnival prize, putting all the stalls out of business. Afterwards, they would go to a cafe, talk for a bit, and just have a genuinely good time. After this, they would then go to the park and would sit down for a bit. Momo would ask them why do they care about Deku so much, and they would say, he created us. And Momo would say, is that all? And they would say, no. He gave us life, and he cares about us so much. Why wouldn't we love him? And Momo would then look at them saying, And they would then say, we're not going to give up. We care about him too much to lose him to you. We will fight if we have to. Momo would then look into their eyes saying, they're serious. They truly do love him in her head. And she would say, okay. And they would say, what do you mean? But before they could before they could discuss further, someone would yell, stop that woman, she just robbed me. And they all three of them would look saying, who? The one who would appear right in front of them saying, get out of my way, you. And if you guys know what she said, and she just messed up. She just messed up. I can't say it on here, but you guys can assume what I'm thinking she's gonna say. All three of them would then look at each other saying, what did she just say to us? And the woman would say, did I stutter? They will look back at each other once more, and the most aggressive beating that will not be put on screen would have happened just now. Every man in the park would be terrified at this point. And they would say, let's go home. Around this time, Deku would have met up with All Might. All Might saying, young Midoriya, why did you want to meet with me today? And Deku would then say, All Might, cut the act. I know about One for All in your small form. All Might would then give Deku a shocked expression saying, how did you know? While reverting to his Small Might form. And Deku would say, I overheard a few people talking about how you hit your time limit. Then I investigated further and found out about One for All and your injury. All Might would then say, so now you know. Why did you want to meet with me, young Midoriya? And Deku would then say, because the world needs a symbol of peace. I have already know you've passed on your court to Mirio Togeda. I would like to meet him, but before that, I would like to give you this. All Might would ask, what is it? And Deku would say, it's a healing potion. And All Might would say, kid, you play too many video games. And Deku would say, I mean it. This should restore your body to its former glory. And All Might would say, even if that were true, how would you have this, kid? And Deku would say, I made it. And All Might would say, sure. Not believing Deku. Deku would then say, shut up and drink it. The world needs the symbol of peace, and we can't have you die into a villain. And All Might would then say, you're serious, kid. And Deku would say, as a heart attack, now drink it. All Might would then pick it up, drinking it. And his body would begin to feel a lot of pain around him. Like he would begin to feel a lot of pain until he bulks up. And All Might would say, how is this? That really was a healing potion. And Deku would say, told you so. After this, All Might would then be talking with Deku about how he could do all this stuff, and Deku would say, I don't have the time for that right now, All Might. I have a meeting to get to. But I would really like to meet Mirio Togeda and discuss One for All further with you. And All Might would say, sure, young Midoriya. Thank you for this. You don't know how much you've helped me. And Deku would say, it's helped me too. When I step up to take your mantle, I'll be the world's greatest hero and the protector of everything on Earth. And All Might would then say, you want to protect the entire world? That's a mighty goal, son. And Deku would say, yeah. And I'm gonna go for that goal no matter what. Strive for that goal no matter what. That's what I meant to say. Around this time, Nezu would be talking to Demiurge about the sports festival. And afterwards, they'll be talking about the sports festival, and Ness would say, "When's your benefactor going to be here?" And Demiurge would say, He's in another meeting right now, but he should be here any minute now." Around this time, Albedo, Momo, and Sheltier Bloodfallen would be arriving home, coming into the house laughing and giggling. Deku would then walk up to them saying, you three are getting along now." And they would say, "Yeah, we had a really fun day. Thanks for telling us to hang out with each other." And Deku would say, "It was more for me than you, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed yourselves." And unrelated question, the credit cards were maxed out, and they were all laughing. We just bought a few clothes." And Deku would say, "A few? Never mind." Momo would then grab Deku and say, "Deku, I want to speak to you about something." And Deku would say, "What?" "The two of them love you almost as much as I do. Probably even just the same amount of love I feel for you. They have it for you." Deku would say, "I know this." And then Momo would say, "That's why I think it's only fair that we share you." And Deku would say, "What?" And Shelter, Bloodfallen, and Albedo would say, "Yeah, we have already decided. All three of us will marry you." And Deku would say, "What?" And all three of them would hug him, saying, "Take good care of us." And Deku would just be standing there saying, "What just happened?" And after that, again, I'm sorry, I'm in a very uncomfortable position right now. After their conversation with Deku about all three of them marrying them, the next few days, they would, after the next few days, they would go back to school. Aizawa would then mention that they have 2 new people joining you today. He would say, "This is Yuri. She will be my teacher's aide. And this is Nabro. She's a new student. And that's it. Go take your seats, you two." And Yuri would say, "How rude." And Nabro would say, "Insult," under her breath, not trying to be caught. But Aizawa did notice this and tell them just to go sit down. Around this time, he would then tell everyone about the sports festival and everything coming up there. Everyone would then be like, "It's okay if we do this? Villains just attacked." And Aizawa would say, "That's why we're doing this, to show strength." Around this time, lunch would begin, and everyone would find out Ochako's reasons for wanting to be a hero. And Momo and Deku would be understandably nervous because they're so much better off than she is. And Ochako would notice this thing, "It's okay. I'm going to strive for my dream. I'm going to become a hero, and then I'm going to help my family." And Deku would then say to Momo under his breath, saying, "Maybe we can do a little bit of helping ourselves." And they would both grin at each other. And Ochako would say, "What are you two talking about?" And they would say, "Nothing." And at the same time, Nabro will be spying on Deku, peeking behind the corner saying, "Master." Because the only reason she wanted to go to UA was to keep a closer eye on on Deku, so she could protect him. But as she's basically stalking Deku, Denki and Moneta would then come by. Moneta and Denki would hit on her, and she would say, "Go away, you little insects." And they would just be like, "Whoa," and walk away. Around this time, students would be lining up at class 1A. Everyone would be like, "Why are they here?" Bakugo would walk past the crowd, not saying a word, not calling anyone an extra, not saying they want to see the class that was attacked by villains. He would just walk by like nothing. Shinso would then give his whole speech, but Bakugo wouldn't even pay him any mind. This is mostly because Bakugo, he's still shocked about how strong Deku got. Over the time before the sports festival, Momo would be training with Deku, trying to improve her combat ability, and also Shoutier and Albedo, making her a pretty good combatant, and her skills with creation would improve as well. The sports festival didn't come around, and Todoroki would then say, when it comes from an objective point of view, I'm stronger than you, Midoriya. And Deku would then start to laugh. And I'm sorry for all the mess ups, you guys. And Todoroki would then say, what's so funny? And Deku would then continue laughing. You stand no chance. But I would appreciate it if you came at me full force. Afterwards, Bakugo would interject saying, I'm coming for you too, nerd. And Deku would then say, bring it, Kacchan. You two stand no chance. Deku is confident here, but if you had his power, wouldn't you be confident? Around this time, President Mike would introduce himself and Aizawa saying, hi, I'm your MC, President Mike, and this is my partner, Aizawa, aka Eraserhead, and we will be doing commentary today for you guys. But we also have a guest from the new hero agency, Nazarick, and his name is Touch Me. Touch Me would say, it is an honor to be here today, you guys. I am glad that I was able to attend. And President Mike would say, me too, Home Slice. And Aizawa would say, you two, calm down. Let's introduce the kids. And they would say, right on, man. They would introduce all the students from UA, and then say, explaining everything about the sports festival. Around this time, Deku would then give his speech, saying how we've all made it here and let's do our best. A pretty generic speech, but he doesn't have anything really important to say. Around this time, the race would start. Todoroki would freeze everyone in their place, but the ones from Class 1A would be able to get by. Note this, around this time, Todoroki would be in first, with Bakugo being in second, but Momo being in third, making roller skates to keep up better. Showing just how far she's come in her training to keep up with Bakugo and Todoroki. Around this time, Deku would say, it's time to show the world who I am. Everyone would be looking at him saying, why isn't the kid who came in first place just standing there? Why is he just standing there, really? But he would then transform, again seeing all the 0-pointer robots coming at him. Everyone would then be shocked saying, is that a villain? No, that's his quirk, I believe. Deku would then hold his hand out saying, 7th tier spell, chain dragon lightning. And for whoever pointed out in the comments, it was a 7th tier spell. I'm sorry, I'm correcting that now. He would then electrocute most of the robots, not destroying them, but throwing them off their balance, making them fall onto the other students. Afterwards, he would come to the, valley, and he would just fly over it. If you're wondering why he isn't just simply teleporting to the finish line, he wants to show the world who he is, and just teleporting there won't show them how powerful he is. He would then fly over the minefield, winning the sports festival. Deku would come in first place, and President Mike would say, wow, this kid's quirk's amazing. What can't he do? Deku would come in first, with Aura coming in second, Mara coming in third, Nabro coming in fourth, Todoroki coming in fifth, and Bakugo begrudgingly coming in sixth. Around this time, the cavalry battle would begin, and Deku would form a team with Aura, Mara, and Nabro. Ochako would ask to be on this team, and he would say yes, not having any objections, mostly because Momo wanted to be on a different team so she could prove herself, not having to depend on Deku. And this team would have the highest total of points. They would mostly just be flying using their quirks and levitation, so no one could get to them, and Deku would just teleport out of the way if anyone tried to come for them. And after that, they will win, and the tournament brackets will be set up. Deku versus Shinso, and all the rest. They would begin their match. Shinso would then start to make fun of Deku, even knowing about him marrying Momo and making fun of her. Deku would then say, I know what your quirk is. And Shinso would then say, gotcha. but the mind control would have no effect. Deku would say, I understand your situation, and that was probably the only way you could have won. But you had to insult my wife. And then Deku would then use haste. I believe it to be a second tier spell, punching Shinso in the stomach before he could even realize anything had happened, and vanishing in front of everyone's eyes at the same time. Shinso would then pass out from this, winning the match for Deku. Deku would then use some of his magic to heal him and wake him up. Deku would then say, you have an incredible quirk, but you fail to realize the importance of strengthening your body. Shinso would then say, of course, I know that. He will walk away pretty angrily, and then say, he was right. I need to get stronger. After this, they would say, whoa, that kid's incredible, President Mike would say. I couldn't even see him move. And Aizawa would say, you haven't seen anything yet. That kid might be able to beat All Might. He doesn't say the All Might part out loud, but he just thinks it. Touchby would then say, yes! What a spectacular performance! And President Mike would say, yes, Touch! And before he could finish that, he would ask President Mike, why is your hero name Touch Me? And Touch Me would then say, my master had this name and I took it up after he passed away. And the whole crowd would then say, huh, go Touch Me! And everyone would be cheering for him, saying, you make your master proud! And he would then say, thank you, thank you. And Aizawa would say, we got off track. Let's get back to the tournament. And Touch Me and President Mike would say, yes, Aizawa. Around this time, Todoroki would then go overboard, defeating Sero. And then we would have Nabro versus Denki. Denki would hit on Nabro and say, hey, what's your quirk? And she would say, that's none of your business. And Denki would say, it's going to be my business in a minute. And he would then say, whatever, better safe than sorry. He would then go 1 million volts, shooting it right at her. She would then say, lightning. She will only use a basic 3rd tier lightning spell, not wanting to kill him. Her lightning would then overpower his, causing him to go dumb and pass out, winning the match for Nabro Gamma. Afterwards, President Mike would say, incredible! Not only can she fly, but she also has lightning abilities. And Touch Me would say, yes, quite an extraordinary young lady. Aizawa would then say, she's a new student, I didn't even know she could do that. Next match would be Mara versus Ida. Ida would then say, I wish you best of luck, Mara. And Mara would say, thank you. But as President Mike says, begin the match, Ida would blast at him with a reciprocal burst, trying to push him out the ring. He would go back a few feet, but not that much. Ida would be surprised, saying, I didn't know you were so strong, Mara. And then Mara would then say, yeah. He would then grab Ida's arm, picking him up, flying him into the ground, flying him up into the sky. Then he would throw him, winning the match for Mara. Aizawa would then say, him too. And President Mike would say, him? That's clearly a young lady. And Touch Me would then say, nope, I'm pretty sure that's a guy. And President Mike would say, well, I don't judge. And everyone would say, and the two of them would say, we weren't asking if you judged or not. President Mike would then say, whatever, let's get into the next match. This match I actually like. These two are both free spirits, so yeah. But we all know Mina is not winning this. Even if she were to use her acid, I'm pretty sure almost everyone in Nazarick has acid resistance or something like that. So Aura would then just grab her, tossing her out of the ring, exactly like her brother, not really wanting to do too much damage to her, winning the match. Next match would be Tokoyami versus Momo. Tokoyami would then activate Dark Shadow, shooting at Momo. Momo would then create a shield, blocking Dark Shadow, afterwards pushing it back. Dark Shadow will be surprised by this, and Tokoyami will say, I never knew you were so strong, Momo. And Momo would say, I've been training. Momo would then move the shield to her right arm and trade a bow staff. Both of them would get into close quarters combat, with Momo being able to fight Dark Shadow off, and Tokoyami being understandably impressed by how skilled she is. They would then back off saying, I'm gonna win this, Momo. You can't keep this up for long. And Momo would say, you won't be able to use your quirk after I'm done. And he would say, what? Momo would then create a flash grenade, throwing it onto the ground while pulling out the pin, creating a bright light, ultimately taking Dark Shadow out of the equation. Afterwards, she would then use her bow staff and shield to defeat Tokoyami, winning the match for her. President Mike would be saying, did you teach her that, Aizawa? And Aizawa would say, nope. I'm pretty sure she's been training really hard to get to this level of skill. And Tetsuya would say, yes. Extremely hard. You can see the hard work in every motion. President Mike would then say, groovy! Now, let's get to the next match. This match would go exactly the same, winning, with him winning in an arm wrestling competition. And, sorry guys, we all know this is going to turn out this way. With him winning in an arm wrestling competition, and Bakugo would then go against Ochako, with nothing really different happening because Ochako hasn't gotten any stronger or weaker, or anything like that. She would then lose to Bakugo after putting up a decent fight. Afterwards, instead of Todoroki grabbing Deku to discuss his quirk, Deku would then grab Todoroki to discuss his quirk. Todoroki would say, what do you want to talk about, Midoriya? Deku would then say, I don't want you to only use one half of your power. I want you to come at me with everything. And he would then say, did my dad put you up to this? And Deku would then say, no. I don't want you to come at me half-assed. I want you to come at me with everything you got. And Todoroki would then say, I will, but only using my eyesight. Deku would then say, that's stupid. It's not his quirk, it's yours, you idiot. It's your power. You decide what you do with it, not him. After this, he would leave Todoroki with much to think about. Todoroki would then hit his fist up against one of the lockers saying, you don't know a damn thing, Midoriya. Around this time, President Mike, Touch Me, and Aizawa would say, let's begin the next match. Todoroki would then prepare, with Deku preparing as well. He would then say, come at me with everything you've got, Todoroki, or this won't be fair. For you. Todoroki would then come at Deku with ice, but Deku would then say, Firewall, using just a weak hair spell, destroying Todoroki's ice. After the smoke clears, Deku would then come up using haste, punching Todoroki in the stomach. Todoroki would be understandably shocked, saying, where'd you come from? While falling down to the ground. Deku would then say, I know how it must feel. And Todoroki would say, you don't know a goddamn thing. And Deku would then say, I probably don't. But that quirk isn't his, it's yours, Todoroki. And if you want to be a real hero, you have to use it. If you let your pride get in the way of what has to be done, you will never be a true hero. Todoroki would then get up, looking at Deku in his eyes, and understanding that this is genuine. He honestly cares. Todoroki then say, fine, bring it, Midoriya. Deku would then jump back saying, finally, come at me, hit me with everything you got, Todoroki. Todoroki would then activate both his fire and ice at the same time, and Deku would then transform into his overlord state. Endeavor would be in the crowd saying, yes, Todoroki. Yes! Todoroki would then launch his ultimate attack at Deku. With Deku, unlike in this scene, he wouldn't be moving at all. Todoroki would hit him with everything he has, destroying the ring. But after the smoke clears, Deku will be perfectly fine. with Todoroki exhausted saying, "How?" But before he could, Deku would then say, "Time stop." This is the 10th tear spell time stop, allowing the user to stop time. He would then teleport right in front of Todoroki, and then say, "Despair Aura," making him pass out instantly. Time would then reset with everyone saying, "What happened?" But the winner would be clear. The one standing is the one who won. Aizawa would then say, "How did he do that?" And President Mike would say, "Maybe he has the ability to stop time as well." And Touchman would then say, "That's a possibility. I wouldn't rule anything out for this kid." And Aizawa would then say, "Right." After this, Endeavor would be in the crowd saying, "You finally used both sides, but then you lost. Worthless." Around this time, President Mike will then say, "Before we can start the next match, cement tossed. Our ring builder will have to fix everything up." Cement toss would then appear to fix the ring. Around this time, in the locker room, waiting for the ring to be fixed, Mara, Aura, and Nabro would be in the the locker room in the locker room. Deku would then say, "Who's gonna win the matches?" And Mara would then say, "I really don't want to go any further." And Deku would say, "Fine. We all know what we have to do," Deku would then say. And Mara and the rest of them would say, "Make sure people notice you. Make sure people know that you are here." And Deku would then say, "Yes. All of this is just to give the world a taste of what I can do, and why I will be the world's protector." President Mike would then announce the ring being fixed, and everyone would head out for the next match. It will be Nabro versus Mara. This match would be basically fixed, so I'm not going to go too much in depth about this, but Nabro would be launching lightning at Mara, with Mara launching fireballs at Nabro. They will be mostly even, flying through the air, just launching these attacks. Around this time, Mara would then prepare to say, "I give," but before he could, Nabro would say, "I forfeit," giving the match to Mara. Mara would then say, "What was that, Nabro? I told you I wanted to lose." Nabro would then say, "I'm sorry, Lord Mara, but Miss Mara told me that you had to move to the finals." And Mara would then say, "Why would you do that?" And Aura would then say, "They gave Master Ainz a real fight. We need to show people that he is here." And Aura would then say, "No offense to you, Nabro, but my brother's pretty strong, and it will be a really good match." Mara would then say, "This isn't fair." And Aura would then say, "Who cares? Just do it." Mara would then start to weep a little bit, not crying because he's sad. It's just he's a crybaby. That's it. Around this time, they will call for their contestants, and the match will begin. It will be Aura versus Momo. This match will be pretty one-sided, but Aura would then just be fighting Momo, giving her face, holding back basically, until the time came. Aura would then grab Momo, pinning her down to the ground, winning the match. Aura would then lift Momo up, saying, "Good fight," and Momo would then say, "I know you were holding back, but thank you anyway." Aura would then say, "You're welcome." After this, they will begin the next match, with Bakugo versus Kirishima. Bakugo would defeat Kirishima even worse than in 10, hurting him a lot more, because he would be angry at everything going on. I'm sorry for the yawning, you guys. It's really late right now, and I finally have a chance to record, so yeah. Around this time, Aizawa would then say, "Young Bakugo, he has one of the strongest wills of Class 1A. And President Mike would then say, "He certainly has drive." And Touchman would then say, Yes, and that drive will take the boy far. Next match would be Deku versus Mara. And Deku would say, Mara, give me everything you got. Mara would then be weeping, saying, but Deku would then say, no buts, let's go. Deku would then transform into his overlord state. Mara would then be incredibly afraid, so afraid he would run out of the ring, losing the match, causing Deku to facepalm, saying, what was that? After this, they would all meet in the locker room. But beforehand, President Mike would then say, huh, I guess the guy's stronger than we thought. Everyone's afraid of him. And Aizawa would then say, it's understandable. The kid's really powerful. I wouldn't want to go up against him. And President Mike would then say, even with your eraser quirk? Even with my eraser quirk. President Mike would then look at Aizawa saying, this kid's really that strong? And Aizawa would then say, yes. And Touch Me would then say, let's get back to commentary, you guys. And President Mike would then say, oh yeah, let's get ready. My voice cracked, didn't it? Whatever. Deku would be left in the ring saying, Mara, why? Around this time, Mara would run into the locker room where he would meet Aura, and Aura would then yell at him saying, what was that? You were supposed to fight, not run away like a coward. And Mara would then say, it was too scary. Around this time, Deku would walk in, and Mara would then say, I'm sorry, Mara. But Deku would then put his hand on his head saying, it's fine. You did your best. Mara would then say, thank you, while crying happy tears this time. Next match will be Aura versus Bakugo. Bakugo would then say, prepare to lose, little girl. And Aura would then say, huh, bring it on, Kachan. Bakugo would then say, what did you call me? President Mike would then say, let the match begin. Bakugo would come at Aura with multiple explosions. Aura would then tank all of them, like nothing even happened. Sorry, guys. Afterwards, she would then run up to Bakugo, punching him in the stomach, sending him flying. Bakugo, while flying through the air, would use the explosions to help him regain his equilibrium, landing back on his feet. But before he could regain anything, like regaining his footing, Aura would then come out of nowhere, kicking Bakugo. But before that kick could land, Bakugo would allow a giant explosion, hurting himself in the process. But Aura would then pull her fist back, cocking it, and punching right through the explosion, sending a shockwave at Bakugo. Bakugo, being really nervous of the situation, would then launch explosion after explosion after explosion after explosion. Aura would then tank all of these, and the smoke would then clear, with Bakugo not being there. Aura would then say, what happened? Where'd he go? But, to her surprise, Bakugo would be in the air, saying, bring it on, you short little girl. He would then come charging at Aura, spinning in the air, preparing for the howitzer impact. He would then hit her with everything he has. After that, the smoke would be in the air, then it would clear. Bakugo would then say, how are you still standing? I hit you with everything I had. Aura would then say, I guess it wasn't enough. Bakugo would then say, why you? But before he could do anything, Aura would then come out of nowhere using haste, punching Bakugo in the stomach, sending him flying. Outside the ring, winning her the match. Bakugo wouldn't be left unconscious. He would be coughing up like vomit and stuff like that, and he would be furious that he lost to her. Afterwards, the announcers would say, winner, Mara. Aura. President Mike would then say, what a strong girl. Her quirk is similar to All Might's. And Aizawa would then say, I didn't realize she could use air pressure as a weapon. Touch Me would then say, incredible. How powerful could she possibly be? And Aizawa would then say, her quirk's really similar to All Might's. After the discussion, Deku would then go to the back saying, Aura, give me everything you have, okay? And Ooal would then say, "Of course, master." And after that, before they could leave, Momo would then come wishing both of them luck, saying, "Good luck, you two. You both did great today, and whoever wins, wins." Deku would then say, "Yep." Around this time, President Mike will introduce them, saying, "In the left-hand corner, we have Izuku Midoriya. In the right-hand corner, we have Aura. Let's see who's gonna win this tournament. Who's gonna win the sports festival." And Deku would then look at Aura and say, "Actually, let's finish this. One move apiece. You use any enhancement moves you have, and I'll use one enhancement move." And Aura would then say, "Really? How many can I use?" And Deku would then say, "Use all of them. I'll just use the one. We'll finish this with one blow, making things even with me only using one attack, and the rest of this match will be brought up to luck." She would then say, "Okay." Afterwards, Deku would transform into his Overlord state, using Perfect Warrior to make himself stronger. Aura would then use multiple spells, defense, attack, and speed to make herself even more powerful. They would then say, "Are you ready?" They would then come at each other with one punch, with their fists colliding, causing a shining light to be permeating throughout the entire arena, causing shockwaves throughout everything in there, causing the ring to crack into pieces up underneath their feet. But at the end, when the smoke settled, Deku was the one who won. President Mike would then say, "Whoa! What a finish! What a fight! What an incredible display of quirks! We have our winner, Izuku Midoriya!" And Tatsumi would say, "An incredible fight. They only decided to use one attack to finish it all up. This shows the respect that they have for one another, and how skilled they are." Aizawa would then say, "It was impressive, but very dangerous. They could have hurt people if we didn't have the people from Nazarick in the stands shielding everyone." And President Mike would then say, "What do you mean?" If you could look in the small right corner over there, you can see that a chunk of large rock almost landed in the crowd, but someone from Nazarick stopped it. And President Mike would then say, "Huh, it turns out it was a good thing for you guys to sponsor us, Touch Me." Touch Me would then say, "Of course." Afterwards, they would get the podiums ready for the winners of the sports festival. Bakugo and Mara coming in third, Aura coming in second, and Deku coming in first. All Might would then appear in front of all of them in his buff form. Note this, he has no time limit anymore. He's going to be constantly in his buff form, but the embers of One For All will still burn out, but not as quickly as in the original canon. All Might would then give everyone their props for how they did in the tournament, and praising Deku for showing the world that he was here. And Deku would then say, "That was the whole point of me being in the sports festival." A few days later, Deku and everyone else would see their offers for hero agencies and stuff like that, with Todoroki, Bakugo, Aura, and all of them having so many. But the one that they are going to accept, we already know. Deku has no reason to go to Gran Torino, so yeah. But after this, Aizawa would then mention how they have to choose their hero names. Everyone would choose the same names in canon, with the other students, the new students now, choosing their names. Nabra would choose Gamma as her hero name, with everyone liking that, and Mara and Aura would then choose their name, the Darkness Twins. And everyone asks, "That's not a name, But they would then say, "We are heroes together. Me and my brother will always stick together. We are one hero." And everyone would then say, "Okay." And after that, we will have the main event, Deku. Deku would then say, "My hero name, Ainz Ooal." Everyone would be like, "What?" But Deku would choose his name. And everyone would then be saying, "Okay." And that's it for the video, you guys. I'm sorry I yawned so much during this. I'm really tired. I didn't get a week of sleep, and I'm sorry. I need to stop apologizing in videos. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you've watched the full point, comment down below Ainz or Gon. No, comment down below Gon. Note this, again, next videos coming out will be what if Deku was a werewolf, and possibly what if Deku had Troll Hunter's powers. And after that, I'll be taking my first crack at a Black Clover what if. So yeah. But anyway, I'm rambling on. This has been King Majin telling you to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Signing out. Peace.